Let's just tell you that the big points. Donald Trump has launched what the world believes is little more than a trade war now. 34% new tariffs on China take the total tariffs to 54%. 27% tariff on India. 49% tariffs on Cambodia. 46% on Vietnam. 10% minimum baseline tariff. A 25% tariff on foreign-made automobiles. So that hits automobiles across the world. And a national emergency, he says, is to be declared to tackle the $1.2 trillion trade deficit. So average tariff on U.S. imports now will be the highest in more than 100 years. Donald Trump has declared April 2 as Liberation Day. The Dow has, as I said earlier, is down 3.76%, NASDAQ down 5.6%. It all started around 2 a.m. India time when Donald Trump decided that he was going to go on what is being described as a potential global tariff war.
India, very, very tough, very, very tough. The Prime Minister just left. He's a great friend of mine, but I said, you're a friend of mine, but you're not treating us right. They charge us 52%. You have to understand, we charge them almost nothing for years and years. If you look at that, China, first row, China, 67%. That's tariffs charged to the USA, including currency manipulation and trade barriers. So 67%, so we're going to be charging a discounted reciprocal tariff of 34%. I think, in other words, they charge us, we charge them less. So how can anybody be upset? They will be, because we never charge anybody anything, but now we're going to charge. I call this kind reciprocal. This is not full reciprocal. This is kind reciprocal. But what we do is we cut it in half, we charge them. My answer is very simple. If they complain, if you want your tariff rate to be zero, then you build your product right here in America, because there is no tariff if you build your plant, your product in America. My fellow Americans, this is Liberation Day, waiting for a long time. April 2nd, 2025 will forever be remembered as the day American industry was reborn, the day America's destiny was reclaimed, and the day that we began to make America wealthy again. We're going to make it wealthy, good and wealthy. For decades, our country has been looted, pillaged, raped, and plundered by nations near and far, both friend and foe alike. American steel workers, auto workers, farmers, and skilled craftsmen, we have a lot of them here with us today. They really suffered gravely. They watched in anguish as foreign leaders have stolen our jobs, foreign cheaters have ransacked our factories, and foreign scavengers have torn apart our once beautiful American dream. We had an American dream that you don't hear so much about. You did 4 years ago, and you are now, but you don't too often, and for many years and decades even, you didn't hear too much about. Our country and its taxpayers have been ripped off for more than 50 years, but it is not going to happen anymore. It's not going to happen.
Donald Trump talking tough, talking of Liberation Day in the United States. Now, all of this has led to a global meltdown from Europe to Australia and Japan, South Korea, all of the leaders of those countries condemning U.S. tariffs. Many of them have vowed to retaliatory tariffs against the United States, led by the European Union. China, which remains the elephant in the room and which is now facing the potential of more than 50% tariffs, has also hit out and said there's no winner in a potential trade war. Listen in to global reactions.
President Trump's announcement of universal tariffs on the whole world, including the European Union, is a major blow to the world economy. I deeply regret this choice. Let's be clear-eyed about the immense consequences. The global economy will massively suffer. Uncertainty will spiral and trigger the rise of further protectionism. The consequences will be dire for millions of people around the globe, also for the most vulnerable countries, which are now subject to some of the highest U.S. tariffs.
美方 打着对等的幌子。
The US side, under the guise of reciprocity, imposed tariffs on products from many countries, including China. This seriously violates WTO rules and severely damages the rules-based multilateral trading system. China firmly opposes this and will take necessary measures to resolutely safeguard its legitimate interests.
贸易战、关税战没有赢家。
President Trump referred to reciprocal tariffs. A reciprocal tariff would be 0, not 10%. The administration's tariffs have no basis in logic, and they go against the basis of our two nations partnership. This is not the act of a friend. Today's decision will add to uncertainty in the global economy, and it will push up costs for American households.